Just kidding.
Tatiana, welcome
Hi.
back.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be in fight week again?
I'm really happy to be here. I would say excited, but I've said that like around 50 times, maybe more. So, like, at this point, I can't use that word anymore.
How are the nerves, or does it just feel normal that you're back?
Yeah, I don't feel nervous. Yeah, I'm excited actually. Oh shoot. There we go. I caved in. It's about a minute in. Got me. Um, no, but yeah, I'm just happy to be here, and I'm not nervous. I'm just ready to perform on Saturday, and yeah, that's it.
How's the body ahead of this fight? Your long-awaited return was supposed to be in 2021.
Right.
What
Yeah.
what happened with that?
So I actually was training to fight Roxanne Modafferi, and I was wrestling at my brother's school, and I sustained a really bad knee injury. I tore like every single ligament in my knee except for the PCL. It had my back, literally, because it's in the back. I don't know. But yeah, so I tore my ACL, my MCL, my LCL, my lateral meniscus. So it was a brutal injury. So it was a little bit tough to come back. And it's so funny because like while I was there, I've seen like people come in with ACL injuries, just regular ACL injuries, and I'm like, why are they walking? And they're like, oh, because they didn't tear every ligament in their knee, like, because I had to be off crutches for like 10, like, oh, at the end of it, it was like 8 to 10 weeks. So I had to relearn how to walk and run, and I mean, it's crazy. And I guess if I do an injury, I just gotta go all out. My story is just like I can't be half in. It's gonna be like super dramatic, I guess.
You go all in on your injuries.
Yeah.
When that happened, like, what went through your mind? Was there any thoughts of like, why do I keep getting hurt? Like, is this the end of my story? Like, what was going on through your head?
Yeah, when I got the knee injury, it definitely was very discouraging for a couple days. I literally just like laid in my bed and cried. But then I picked myself up like I always do, and I literally was on the Airdyne bike with one leg and two arms and just like going ham. And I was like, "There's nothing going to deter me from being what I think that I'm destined to be," and I believe that. So I just picked myself back up, and then here I am. So
So how's the body feel this week?
oh, it feels great. What time is it? I have to see Heather at 3:30. I'll feel better then too. No, but I have the best physical therapist here at the UFC PI, helping me. They're so great. I'm so thankful for them because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to get back to the octagon. So, I'm glad to be in the UFC where they invest in their athletes in that way.
Last thing about like the layoff and your comeback, just how frustrating has it been being on the sideline as the two divisions now you're going to be in division, they just keep moving and you're on the sidelines when everyone knows how good you are and the possibilities are endless. Just how frustrating has it been?
It's definitely been frustrating, but I just gotta focus. If I was focused on my frustration, I probably would never get here, right? So, regardless of my frustration, I just made sure to stay um, motivated and just remember that I want to be the best in the world, and I have to have that mentality whether life's going my way or if it's not. So, I mean, even throughout those 2 years when I was rehabilitating my neck, I was like, it was a struggle, every single day. It was like, I mean, 2 years is a long time, especially when you're not doing what you love. And like, I couldn't go live at all during that time. So I took the time off, and obviously I was getting better because I was like doing technique and stuff like that, but I wasn't able to go live, which is, what I love to do because you're always solving puzzles. And I wasn't able to solve any puzzles. So it was hard, but and then I had the knee injury, obviously, soon after when I was going to fight Roxanne Modafferi. So, I mean, you know, um, I don't know. I just know that I'm mentally like prepared for anything that comes my way, and I think that's I'm glad. Like wrestling taught me that. I've been wrestling since I was 3 years old, so I don't know any difference.
3 days away. Do you feel the hype behind your return from the promotion, from the fans, from all the analysts? Like, do you feel the love and the hype?
Yeah, I definitely feel like people are excited to see me fight again. I'm excited to fight, and I'm just gonna perform like I always do and have fun, enjoy my time out there. That sounds crazy, I'm gonna be in a fist fight. I'm like, can't wait. But it is like that, So when you love it like I do, and everybody else does, so.
You got Montana De La Rosa. What are your thoughts on her as an opponent?
Yeah, I think she's a great opponent. She's well-rounded, and she's a grappler. So I look forward to testing my skills against a good opponent.
Do you think it's a perfect return opponent for you?
What does that mean?
Just, I don't know, like I guess it's like a perfect matchup
Yeah.
for your return.
Yeah, I think any opponent, I didn't care who it was, but yeah, I think she's a good matchup for me, and I look forward to sharing the cage with her.
You've said that you're gonna bounce between flyweight and strawweight. Are you just kind of gonna wait until after Saturday to kind of like before you make your next move?
I think I want to go down to strawweight. I just think that's where I think I fit, and I can't wait to go back down once I'm done with this fight. I just wanted to get my foot back in the door and just kind of focus on getting back to competition and not really worry about the weight cut, make sure that my body was healthy. I wasn't in a calorie deficit the entire camp, so that's always nice, right? And then, coming into fight week, I don't really have to stress too much about the weight cut, so that's nice too. So yeah, next time I'll be. But you know what? I like the challenge of like getting back down to my natural weight class and being lean and fast and stuff like that. So, yeah.
And speaking of that division, finally for me, there isn't a clear-cut next person to fight Zhang Weili. Do you feel with like a dominant win on Saturday, your name gets kind of thrown right into that mix?
Well, I definitely want to get a dominant win. I want to get a finish. I always look to finish. We'll see. I don't really know. Like, that's up to the promotion. I just like to do my job, and then that's it. They could do whatever they want. But I know that if I keep winning, it's just a matter of time before I'm holding the belt, right? So I just got to do my job. That's all I focus on, and that's all that matters.
Thank you, and welcome back.
Thank you.
I just have one hopefully fun question. I know you were talking about how you weren't even able to really train during that time.
Yeah.
Did you pick up any new hobbies?
Well, I love fitness just in general. So I'm always working out. I like to hike. I like to run mountains and stuff like that. So I don't really like, I would mountain bike and stuff like that. I would go biking, cycling all the time, swimming. I would try to do everything that I could just to stay in like really good shape. I just like being an athlete overall. Like if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be like a triathlete or something like that, something crazy. But I don't think I picked up any hobbies though. Yeah. Thank you.
I know you want to get back to 115, but you also want to stay active. If 115's having a hard time finding fights, would you step back up and take a fight at this division?
So I don't mind doing that either. But obviously, I want to. Whenever I'm fighting, I want to just make sure that I'm gonna get to, a title shot eventually. If someone was like, say for instance, they had a good matchup for me, and I want, and they were like a top 125er or something like that, I wouldn't mind taking that one too. You know what I mean? So, just depends. Yeah.
And I know you said earlier, and I hope I don't misquote it, you said you wanted to get back to see what you see yourself destined to be.
Yeah.
What do you see yourself destined to be?
I think I'm going to be a champion. And, I think I can't wait to get the belt and then defend as many times as I can. And then if, because a lot of people like to focus on like the whole double champ or whatever it may be. I think it's really cool when you have a champ that's so dominant in their division and they defend multiple times. I want to defend my belt multiple times before I go back, like up to flyweight and do all that stuff. So, but yeah, that's it.
Obviously, you're very dominant in your wrestling. You know, a lot of times your opponents just seem to say, "Oh, that's her one thing, that's her one trick." If Montana's coming in there thinking like, "Okay, obviously she's just going to try to take me down. She's going to try to wrestle," would that be a mistake on her part to only expect wrestling coming from you?
If she wants to do what? Sorry.
If she's thinking you're only going to be coming in trying to wrestle her,
Yeah.
would that be a mistake on her part?
I mean, I think I'm comfortable everywhere, so, you know, I think, I don't know, I think I'm a well-rounded fighter. I think these people just don't really see much of my stand-up because I'm always taking them down and they can't stop it. So, I mean, I think she should expect a mixed martial arts fight because we're fighting, you know. Every fight stands or starts standing, so.
I know a lot of times fighters say the mental side of the fighting is just as important, if not maybe bigger than the physical side of things. With dealing with the injuries and the time away, do you feel that you're mentally stronger than you were ever before, now that you've had this time to really think about fighting and thinking about getting back into the cage?
Yeah, I definitely think that I'm mentally stronger. I've always been mentally strong, but I think mindset's everything, and I think, you know, along the way, you learn to have a good mindset even through tough times, you know, and you have to have a good support system too. And I definitely have that. I have a good family, a good boyfriend. So it's like, I mean, I have the support system that I need to get through tough times, you know.
What's the biggest thing that you think you've learned about yourself in this time away?
I don't know. I think that I don't give up at all. I mean, I already knew that, but it's like it's been a journey. So for me, I'm like, wow. When I look at it, if I was to look at it from the outside, it would be a lot different. But it's me, you know what I mean? So I don't see it that way. But if I were to look at it from outside, I would say it was pretty inspiring.
And then last thing for me, I guess keys to the victory. What needs to happen on Saturday to make sure that you get your arm raised?
I just got to be me, be relentless, you know, be the fighter that I am. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just be me.
Awesome. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Hey, Tatiana over here. I just wanted to know how big of an influence has Patchy been in your comeback and like your career? Obviously, we see you supporting him when he gets in there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how cool is it going to be to have, you know, him in your corner this time?
It's going to be great. It's going to be a great moment for us. Regardless of anything, you know, I just want to share that moment with him. He's very supportive of me. I've never had anybody support me the way he does, so I'm excited to have someone like that in my corner.
That's awesome. And do you consider yourself a sneakerhead? I see the panda dunks on your feet right now.
Yeah, I love sneakers. I love a good sneaker.
Yeah, because I know Casey O'Neal's big into sneakers. So
Oh,
like,
yeah.
do you guys have a little bit of competitive thing going?
No. No.
And one more question for me. I know you had mentioned in the past about how you had mentioned Cowboy Cerrone and how, you know, you thought it was cool that he was open to admitting that he was afraid before he went into the octagon sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Has there been a moment in your career where you've been afraid to get in there at all?
No, but I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. Like things that should be scary to me are not really scary. Like when I found out I had cancer, like most people would be scared. I didn't feel scared. I think if I were to say what my biggest fear would be just not to, like one day I just gave up on something. That's my biggest fear, but I would never do that. So, but yeah, so I think I was very, I said that about Cowboy Cerrone because like if I was a man and you know what I mean, and I was stepping into the cage, I'd feel like, you know, exposing that to my opponent, I'd feel a little bit like, I guess, insecure. But so that's why I said that.